One of the most expensive aspects on an ongoing basis for podcasting is hosting. Now, you could get free hosting, but there are a lot of reasons to avoid that I'll cover in another video. Or you could pay upwards of $50 or $100 a month, depending on the hosting plan you go with. Most are in between those two numbers, but did you know that if you switch your podcast to RSS.com, you can get 6 months for free? Today, I'm going to show you how easy it is to move your podcast from one host to RSS.com to get those sweet, sweet free 6 months. Let's get into it. Hey everybody, I'm Joe Casabona over at RSS.com, and again, today I'm going to show you how to move your podcast to RSS.com to get 6 months of free podcast hosting. Now, if you look at RSS.com's plan, you could be saving up to $90 for those 6 months. But if you look at other comparable plans like the one I'm on, I'd actually be saving $300 to get those free 6 months. And then I'd be saving about $35 a month on an ongoing basis. So there's a lot of really great reasons to switch to RSS.com if it is the right fit for you. But let's see how easy it is to switch. Okay, so you can see I have a podcast up here on the screen. It's called TIL Podcast. This is a podcast that I generally use to test new features and try fun things with. And this is the feed that we're going to be moving over to RSS.com. So I'm going to copy that feed. You may have to grab yours from your current podcast hosting provider. And then I'm going to head over to rss.com/switch-to-RSS. We'll have that link in the description for this video. You can also see it up here on the screen. Again, that's rss.com/switch-to-RSS. So I'm going to put in the RSS feed here. I'm going to say switch my feed. Then it's going to ask me to enter my email address. So this is the email address I used to validate this feed. I'll click let's go. And then they are going to send an email to verify ownership. Okay, so a couple of things to note here is that the verification email will come in the form of you submitting a ticket to RSS.com's support team. So they are going to review your account and send you a couple of confirming emails. Let's take a look at the first one they send, which you can see here on the screen. Thank you for your interest in migrating. They'll review your account and let you know if you're eligible for the free promotion, if you've already created an account or if you haven't. A couple of notes here. If you already have an account, they don't want you to create a new podcast or purchase a paid plan. So just hold off, wait until you hear from them. If you don't have an account, you'll get an email saying as much. Now, to get the special promotion, you do need to put in a credit or debit card. You will not get charged until the promotion is over, and you can cancel at any time. They'll also confirm the slug that you want, like the name of the URL. So for me, it's TIL-podcast. You have to respond and agree, and then they'll start the migration. When they start the migration, you need to make sure that your RSS feed is not locked, because if it's locked, then they won't be able to do the migration. So the best thing to do is go into your host. It's going to be somewhere under settings. Just make sure that transfer lock or lock is turned off, and then they'll be able to do the migration. You might even want to do that before you put in the migration request, just to make sure it's done, because that could delay things. Okay, so assuming everything goes smoothly, you will get this email welcoming you to RSS, giving you a feed, reminding you to do a redirect from your old host to the new feed. Definitely do that. I would also recommend when you do the redirect that you don't want to necessarily rely on that redirect if you don't control it. So you should eventually go to Apple Podcast Connect and Spotify and actually update the URL to be the rss.com URL so that if your old host ever turns off that redirect, then you won't, it's not going to kill your podcast or mess anything else up for you. Okay, so here is the imported feed. You can see it brings in the artwork, the name, the host, the description, and then your episodes. Now you have a fully fledged podcast here on RSS.com. If you view the public site, this is what you get. Now, what I would recommend you do after you migrate is have the transcript created and activate publish to YouTube. These come free with any paid plan, so you'll definitely want to take advantage of that over your free 6 months. But there you have it. That is how you can get 6 free months of podcast hosting at rss.com by migrating your podcast to rss.com. I would really recommend this, especially for people who are using Spotify for podcasters, formerly Anchor, or SoundCloud, just because you lose some features and you lose a little bit of control when you are going with a free solution. But RSS.com offers a ton of great features to any podcaster, like Podcast 2.0, chapters, free transcripts that get translated into a bunch of different languages, automatic publishing to YouTube, value for value, so people can donate or contribute to your podcast, especially with Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, and so much more. Be sure again to check out that URL, rss.com/switch to RSS. It'll be in the description as well. But again, this will give you 6 free months when you are switching from one hosting provider to rss.com. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel down below. And until next time, I'll see you out there.